The big story tonight, a deadly standoff. 14 hours of terror in an East Side neighborhood.
In the horrific aftermath, 3 women were killed, 3 police officers shot when they arrived. The gunman, after holding police at bay for hours, shot and killed himself. This all started on Lamont between Outer Drive and 7 Mile. It is the second time this month officers have been shot responding to a domestic situation.
Our Team 7 coverage of the big story starts with 7 Action News reporter Kim Craig live at the scene. Kim?
Dave and Glenda, I can't even imagine. This is just so horrifying for this family. 3 women from one family murdered. Take a look behind me here. A lot of family members have gathered down the street here. We are actually on Lamont Street right here at Outer Drive, and police say this suspect, Lance Smith, lived with one of the victims. He reportedly said he would not be taken without a fight, and police say it ended with a murder-suicide.
We did hear a couple gunshots after we deployed our final volley of gas.
And Detroit police say that may have been when 49-year-old Lance Smith killed his girlfriend inside their home here on Lamont. That was around 2 o'clock this morning, but this family tragedy began to unfold around 10:30 last night. That's when Patricia Wilson and her sister Barbara came to check on their niece. She's Smith's girlfriend, but they never made it into the house. They were shot and killed outside. Patricia lives just down the street, and it was her husband, Freddie Wilson, who heard the gunshots. He's a police officer for Detroit Public Schools. And when he came to check on his wife, police say Smith fired outside at him too, a bullet striking Wilson in the leg, and police say Smith was well armed.
What we do know, there's 7 guns registered to the location. There are a rifle, what appears was used in this assault, but many guns associated with the suspect. As you know, this suspect showed and demonstrated that he was dangerous.
2 Detroit police officers responding to the scene were also shot in the leg. SRT was able to use their armored vehicle as a shield to rescue some of the victims. A Detroit police officer was able to save his partner.
Once his partner went down, he was able to grab his partner and pull him, again with that injury to his leg, pull him out of harm's way and get him to medical treatment.
Then shortly after noon, Michigan State Police used robots to see what was happening inside the house.
The robots were able to tell us that the individual was down, the suspect was down inside the house, and we were also able to locate the female victim inside.
That female victim being the niece of the other 2 women who came here to help her. Now, police say they don't know what set Lance Smith off. Relatives told police that sometimes he acts peculiar. Reporting live on Detroit's East Side, Kimberly Craig, 7 Action News.
Kim, thank you very much. And continuing our big story coverage, we investigate what experts call a link between domestic disturbance calls and officer shootings. Investigator Simon Shaquette breaking down the connection, threatening lives. Simon?
Dave, what played out here for 14 hours right here on this street was so similar to many other tragedies. The common thread, the fact it was a domestic disturbance.
The last 6 days, we've had 6 police officers that have been killed in the line of duty responding to incidents like this. If somebody has gotten to the point where they just don't care anymore and they're, firing a weapon at a loved one, they really don't care what law enforcement is doing out there.
Michigan State Police Lieutenant Mike Shaw calls a deadly barricaded standoff on the east side last night a symptom of the increased danger facing any officer when dealing with domestic troubles.
It's usually a family member. It's somebody that's had a deep history with somebody else, and it makes it more dangerous because people are so unpredictable when they get those emotional things that happen. With some of our younger troopers, I mean, they're 21, 22 years old trying to explain to somebody how to do their marriage.
With tempers flaring and conditions becoming volatile quickly, responding officers may find themselves in life-threatening scenarios within seconds of arriving on scene. Lieutenant Shaw says some of the danger can be reduced by taking proactive investigative steps.
How many runs have we made to that house before? Has it been for the same things? Is there weapons registered to the house?
It was also a domestic run that would lead to the recent death of Detroit officer Glenn Doss. The president of the Detroit Police Officers Association, Mark Diaz, says domestic troubles often involve mental health related issues.
I appreciate you guys coming out here and covering this, but what I don't see is one of our political leaders out here saying that we need to do something about this, or at the very least giving an indication they want to address this.
As we've said, the barricaded gunman did not have a known criminal history. Nonetheless, the danger level out here was extremely high. Live on Detroit's East Side, Simon Shaquette, 7 Action News.
All right, thank you, Simon. And our big story coverage continues on WXYZ.com. You can see how this all unfolded and watch Chief Craig's entire press conference.